How would you control the
A
rain?
lot of people have said like it's controlled rain when it was during COVID, and a lot of people have said like they control the weather there.
Are you my mum's belt because you hit different?
You're pretty. Let me send you some money. Even my PayPal sent me £1,000.
What? Oh, mine's just shredded, man.
When people are trolling and delivering mean comments, they are so insecure with themselves and just projecting that energy onto others. Happy bitches don't hate, and hating bitches aren't happy. Because when you brought up Dubai, and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna ask me if I got shot on.
What? Hey guys, welcome back to the Blue Podcast with me, Max and Tom. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm well today, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm not bad. Do you want to introduce our guest this time?
Yeah, I mean, we've got today's guest is Luera, and would you like to introduce yourself for the camera? Tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Where is the camera?
It's just over there. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Luera and I do content creation, mainly on TikTok.
Mainly on TikTok. Bit of a TikTok influencer.
I mean, I don't really know why influence, but I say, yeah, TikTok content creator.
Nice. Okay.
Bit mental health stuff as well. You're a big
Yes.
ambassador for.
That's something that we've been touching on a lot lately, so I'm sure we'll get
That's
onto
very
that.
important.
Yeah, we'll get onto that later on in the podcast, but we'll start off with our icebreaker questions as we always do. The topic today is Dubai, because you've gone to Dubai quite a
Okay.
bit. We'll both ask two questions. If you get it wrong, take a big swig.
And then multiple choice as well. So you got loads. Yeah, they're just a bit fun, very silly. So there's no pressure. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall I kick things off?
Absolutely, mate.
All right, let's do this. Question one. On average, how often does it rain in Dubai? Is it A, 25 days a year, B, 35 days a year, or C, 45 days a year?
B.
Final answer. That was fast.
34? 35 even? 35 days a year.
So you're both going
yeah,
B?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're both wrong. It's 25 days a year. Very little rainfall, actually.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I compared it to Britain. It's like 3 times less, which isn't that surprising, actually. But
Well, it's because I swear
Do you think it's controlled?
when Dubai.
controlled?
Yeah.
The rain?
Yeah.
How would you control the
A
rain?
lot of people have said like it's controlled rain.
Genuinely?
Yeah.
How would they even do
Well,
that?
you know, they had the drones like disinfect like the whole city
Yeah.
when it was during COVID, and a lot of people have said like they control the weather there.
Now, that's
I
that's
don't
an
know
interesting
anything
theory.
about it, I've just heard things.
I've not heard of that.
I'll research that more after this podcast, I reckon, because I'm
Yeah.
curious to see if that's true.
That's interesting. That does sound like something Dubai would do. Because
You
it's
definitely have the money for it. Because
Oh, big
it's-
time, yeah.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
I mean, that's one of your questions, isn't it, coming up?
Yes. Well, kind of. Yeah. Well, that's my first question. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
What is the net worth of the current Dubai ruler? Also not going to attempt his name at all because
Okay.
it's ridiculous. Has he got a net worth of 4 billion, 12 billion, or 20 billion?
I'm going with 20.
I'd go 20, yeah. And not just because you said it. I'm going with it anyway, yeah.
If it was 20 billion, he'd be in the top 5 richest people in the world. But it's 4 billion. He's 7th.
I mean, 4 billion's still quite a bit,
That's
isn't it?
Still a lot of money.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll take a swig for that.
Oh, no, you didn't do the cheers, man.
okay, we've got to take
Post
it.
swig cheers, yeah, nice. That is an awful lot of money.
Yeah, 4 billion's a lot, but when you're comparing in billions, you're like 4, 20, whatever.
Doesn't really make
Yeah.
much difference, does it?
Exactly.
Not that it's 5 times more, literally, yeah.
What do you do with that money? Like,
Well, they
know
said-
what to do with it.
People have said before that, like, you wouldn't be able to spend $1 billion, but I think you could.
On what?
Well, that's the thing, like, I'm pretty sure I saw...
The thing would be to give it away.
Well, yeah, of course, but then you feel great about yourself if you're giving away a lot of $1 billion, right?
Could buy a lot of yachts.
10 like mega yachts, 100 million each.
Yeah.
But what would you do with that?
I don't know. Sell them later on. I'm just trying to think of a way to spend $1 billion. But I suppose the point is that's like 10 million to spend for the rest of your life. But after you spent like if you're 100 years, let's say you start with $1 billion,
Okay.
10 million a year to spend. After the first few years, you bought the mansion, you bought the holidays and stuff. What else are you going to spend the money on? You can't buy a new mansion every year. I mean, you could, but you wouldn't.
Unless you're doing it for the future generations, I guess.
Well, you wouldn't spend it then. You just save it.
Yeah, yeah. But I think so in Dubai the tax isn't very bad, is it? So they wouldn't get much because it's not 25% inheritance tax in the UK or something stupid.
Something like that. Yeah, it's quite.
So I doubt
quite
it's
high.
the same in Dubai. So yeah, and he also rules it. So
He does, yeah. Right, I'll move on to my second question. Which of these films did the Burj Khalifa appear in? Okay. Is it A, Fast and Furious 7?
Can I answer the question without the multiple choice?
I don't think you want to.
Okay, cool.
Okay. B, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. C, both.
Oh,
I haven't watched either of them.
I knew it was Mission Impossible.
You haven't watched either? Oh, okay.
I knew it was Mission Impossible because that's where the scene of Tom Cruise climbing it is.
Okay, well, he's giving you a hint there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then Fast and Furious 7's the other
Fast
one.
and Furious 7. I haven't watched Fast and Furious 7, I don't think.
I watched any of them.
Is that the one, no.
Would you recommend it?
Which one?
I would recommend both of them. I mean, the Fast and Furious, you can just enjoy them as like they're easy to watch. You don't have to think too hard about them.
I just
Yeah.
got a bit bored of them, to be honest.
That's the. Well, I mean, the stunts get stupider every time. Like,
They went
they were
to
flying.
space
They
the
were
last
they were
one.
driving cars in space in the last one. Like that. At a certain point, it just goes beyond the realm of believability, doesn't it? Yeah.
The fact that you said both makes me think both, and knowing how you ask questions, I'm going to say both.
So we're gonna go both.
Go both. It's not. It's just Fast and Furious 7.
So you
Wait,
did
it's
the
not-
reverse psychology.
The mission. I said Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. It's Ghost Protocol that stunt takes place in. I was hoping I'd trip you up on that one, which I did. To be
You
fair,
did.
I'm quite proud of that. Okay, I'll let you answer the next
Cheers.
question.
Sorry, we got both.
Oh,
Got it wrong.
Okay.
We've not had a good start to this, really,
No.
have we? Every question we've answered wrong so far.
Well, let's change that, shall we?
Let's do it. Come on.
What sport is the Dubai World Cup? Is it football, horse racing, or figure skating?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with horse racing.
I'll second that. Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, it's not. It's not me
It's not
football.
ice skating, I don't think. I don't.
I'm not saying anything.
Your face is telling me otherwise. I'm gonna stick with what I'm gonna say.
You sticking with that as well?
Yeah, let's do it.
Or
Horse
you
racing.
both finally got a question right.
Ah, there we go.
Good
Well
for
done.
us.
Well done. But so now we've done the icebreaker questions. I want to also bring up the flowers.
Look at this, by the way.
We've been bought. As Tom said at the start, well, not the start, before the podcast, never been bought flowers before.
I certainly haven't.
No.
No.
So we appreciate that.
This is the best gift we could get. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get some help putting them in a flower pot, or not flower pot,
A vase.
Vase.
You can see that he's never been bought flowers for.
yeah, yeah.
I think it's for both genders. You know, you give girls flowers. Why not give it to the guys as well?
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Couldn't agree more. It is very sweet. Yeah. Thank you very much for that.
So we'll put something there, and then they'll be there for the rest of the podcast.
Very happy with that. To be fair, I want to find a way to like pin them to the back of the wall or something, so it's like a permanent feature. But then you'd have to still
Dry
feed them
out.
with water. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'd have to find a way
I
to.
mean, you have to attach like something to the wall with water.
Yeah.
And then put them in.
Well, we just get like a little podium here with a vase on top, fill it with water, then put the flowers in, and it could just stay like there.
But they last about a week, hun.
For the next podcast,
Yeah,
it'll be
recording a
fantastic
podcast
then.
next
It'll be
week, yeah.
fantastic for the next podcast,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be fine. I think.
I think so. I think I'm going to try it. And when they die, we'll just be like, oh, look, you can see the progression of time through each podcast. Yeah, it's a perfect way of doing it.
But yeah, no, we do appreciate it. Obviously,
It's okay.
we've had Polish vodka from Pav. We had which was
We
really
did,
nice.
yeah, that was good.
Smooth.
We had that on the
Very
Christmas special actually. It was 35%, but
But it
Taste.
wasn't like that at all. Like, it was
Very
just
smooth.
really
you could
smooth,
just
yeah.
drink it straight. It was, and then we had what?
Champagne. Did we have
Was it
champagne or
champagne
Prosecco?
Prosecco
I mean, either way, brilliant.
from Lily.
right?
So that was nice, and some chocolate as well. Which
We did get
I
some
still
chocolate,
have.
yeah.
I still have that. Which we're just waiting for a moment to pop it open at some point.
Got to celebrate something, don't we?
At some point.
At some point.
But let's get into the podcast. So
Go for it.
let's start from the beginning. Kind of, what was the moment when you thought you wanted to get into content creating?
Well, you know what? Like growing up, I didn't really have much friends, and I kind of went online and like downloaded apps, just adding people through mutuals or, you know, just random things to make friends. It's a bit sad, but I made loads of friends through the internet. And one of my friends, he actually in 2018, he was doing TikTok, and 400k was a lot back then.
That's a lot, yeah.
Met him in person. And he was like, you know what, you do so well on TikTok. Downloaded it that week, got 100k, and I just started then.
100K a
K.
week?
I know.
What?
I mean, it was still a small thing in 2018. Everyone was still like, you got TikTok.
Yeah.
That's just, you know, restarted musically.
Yeah, I heard that
Mm.
So
one a lot.
like everyone got into it during COVID, but I started it and then started popping off, and I was like, I want to stick with this. I really enjoy it.
What type of videos were you making at the start?
Oh, it was silly ones. It was like when Doja Cat had Say So, and I was just doing silly dances.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was sitting in front of like the London Night, lip syncing to a song. I was in Nando's doing wing roulette, and it just got like millions of views. And I was like, I'm just living my life. So yeah, I started off doing that.
Did you ever think that you would be able to maintain that? I mean, at the start, when you're like blowing up massively, did you think, okay, I'm going to be able to keep doing this for a long time?
I mean, it was kind of the people I surrounded myself with as well. Like, I met Louis Mills, he's got like 3 million right now. Lily Rose, a couple other content creators. And I was like, you become who you are with the people you surround.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm surrounded by these content creators. I'm going to stick with it. I mean, I don't talk to much of them right now.
Oh, really?
Only
Is that-
Louis, really. But yeah, I stuck with it because I knew this is what I enjoy. I might as well make a living out of it.
No, definitely. Why not? And I think as well, you know, when you're making these like wacky videos and you like you say, you're lip syncing in front of the London
Yeah.
Eye and stuff.
goodness.
That's what you enjoy doing, and that's
Yeah, but it's
your
not
passion.
even like to film content. It's just because I enjoy doing it. Like I've got a video that's got like 10 million views, and I was just in Dubai lip syncing to Save Your Tears.
I've seen
And
that
it's
video.
It
Yeah.
was just in the moment. It wasn't even like this is gonna go viral. I just did it, and I really enjoyed it. It would have gone on like my private story, nothing like yeah, this is gonna get me 100K.
But that's
followers.
that's the mad thing, right? Because you post a video like that, and like you say, it could go on your private story.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, you got 17,000 comments on there or something. Like however many tens of millions of views.
50,000 saves, like it's ridiculous. But I'll put like 2 days effort into a vlog, get 1,000 views. So it's like,
Yeah.
let me just post whatever I want because you never know what's going to blow up with the algorithm.
Yeah, no, that's so true. And well, we actually think we've been slightly blacklisted.
We think we've been
for,
blacklisted on TikTok.
But like shadow ban.
Yeah. Because we had a few videos at the start, didn't we, that hit like a few 100K,
Yeah.
and like in quick succession.
And then,
for the last like
we were hitting thousands and thousands, and then all of a sudden we just can't really break 200 views.
can't break 200 views.
It's really weird.
No, I feel you because why have I got an account with nearly 1 million?
Yeah,
Can't get 2,000 views.
it's so weird.
It's like they heat accounts that are new, get your first 5-6 videos to a couple 100,000 views, and you're like, oh my god, this is going great. Let me make something more, and then you're frustrated because your views are so low, and you think, like, what can I do? And you start posting new content. You just got to try and build it and get authentic followers that want to actually watch your videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to do. Persist, of course, but we've had a few conversations where we're just like, this is a great clip from a podcast.
Have you thought about making a new account?
That is in the works. So.
I was going to say, I didn't know if you were going to touch on that right now or
No,
not.
because you know there's so many like podcast clips, and they put like a video, like a duet next to it of someone playing Subway Surfers.
We've had this exact conversation.
Do you know why? Because everyone's got such a short attention span.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'll be watching a video and it's got like someone playing with slime at the bottom, and I'm interested in slime, and I'm listening to the whatever's happening at the top. I'm like, this is so interesting because I'm occupied. If I'm scrolling and just seeing a podcast, I'm like, next. I don't know what it is.
No,
Yeah.
you're exactly
Our
right. Yeah.
generation's attention span.
It's
Because there's
shocking,
so many
yeah.
streams of content. It's just so many short terms of dose of dopamine. So.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that because that's kind of
what
exactly what we're doing.
No, we've looked into it, yeah, because you're right, and people will far rather sit there and watch somebody play some stupid game on
Yeah.
repeat and then listen at the same time. Like even a 30 to 60 second clip of people talking still isn't enough like action
Yeah.
going on for them to be engaged. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Unless you're
it's crazy.
talking about Piss Kings.
Yeah, if you're talking about something as outrageous as that, I
Yeah.
think you're covered. Yeah,
No,
people will
fair
actually look at
enough.
that. Yeah.
That's our most viewed TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, the comments on that are so bad. Like, can you imagine how outrageously toxic that
I
comment
don't think
section
it's
is?
outrageous. I think people are just close to a lot of the extreme things because it's not common.
Yeah, it was more just, I think people were just shocked.
I mean, if you're like in the BDSM community or people who are into water sports or extreme stuff, it's not really a big thing. But when it's
No.
spoken to the general public, they're like,
Yeah.
you know, what a shock.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think it's more the fact that it's not that it exists
Yeah.
and people don't know about it. It's the fact that people will just scrolling and they'd see it and they'd be
Yeah.
like, I've no one does
Why
that
is
on
this on my
TikTok.
For You
Yeah,
page?
why is this on my view page? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite funny. We will be going into a new section in the podcast later on, where we will be touching on comments in general, I think, or is there?
Yeah, so the section is more just like responding to mean comments essentially.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I did some extensive research on your
Did
your
you?
comment sections, and none of them are that bad.
I mean, to be fair, I have a lot of stuff filtered.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because when you brought up Dubai, and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna ask me if I got shat on.
What?
Did
You, oh, have you not heard about
Oh
that?
my
People
God.
like influencers like going to Dubai and then getting
Yeah.
people.
Oh,
Because I go to Dubai, everyone kind of knows me for that. And when there was a video going around on Twitter, of like a video of someone actually, you know,
yeah.
happening, everyone was like, that's Luera. And I was like, first of all, I'm in the UK right now, and like, going to Dubai, I would genuinely say it's cheaper than London. Because
Is
their
it?
standards, it's like luxury here.
Mm.
You won't see like a travel lodge or a Premier Inn in Dubai. It's like 5-star hotels are the standard. And people think it's so spenny. I mean, if you want to do tourist stuff, but if you live there for a year, you're not going to go on a yacht, camel riding, jet skiing every day.
Mm.
It is cheaper than London, I would say, to live.
Why do you like to go there? Is that why you like to go there
I
so
have
often?
friends
or-
and family there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense then. Yeah. So how many times have you been there, would you say, in the last... Since COVID, I guess? 'Cause it's,
7 times.
Wow.
I know.
what's the flight... No, if you don't mind me asking, what's the flights like for that?
It is 7 hours.
That's long.
7 hours, which isn't too bad. I do 16 to 19 hours to the Philippines.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah,
that
yeah.
puts
So,
into
that makes
perspective,
sense,
For me,
doesn't it? Yeah.
traveling doesn't matter. It's more the journey, you know. I'm like,
Very
it's a
cliche, but
journey.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
yeah.
a journey, not the destination.
Destination's not bad, though.
Speaking quotes, it's really bad.
No, it's fine. A little bit cliche, but it's fine. But yeah, like you're saying, Max, it's lovely, isn't it? Dubai. Would you say it is like the nicest place in the world?
No,
No.
it's all man-made.
Or what's the nicest place in the world, then?
Oh, Philippines. I'm biased.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Philippines is the beautiful, like, the beaches, the people, everything, the food. So beautiful.
That's lovely. I want to take it back to Dubai as well because I went when I was 14 on a school trip, believe it or not.
And
We,
you get shot on.
I didn't get shat on.
That's what I mean.
None of the
at
teachers
14
offered,
though.
but at 14, that would be a bit more scandalous, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. So just clarify, you didn't get shot
No,
on.
absolutely not. If
Okay.
at this point, I might as well have because I would at least have 50k in my bank account.
Yeah, true.
Everyone said,
And
like,
a story to tell.
Yeah, I'm like, thinking back, I'm like, would I do it for 50k? Probably not. I don't think that's enough.
Would you do it for 100k?
Maybe.
Would you?
On my chest though, not in my mouth.
Would you? Would
No,
you?
like 100k.
No, I don't
You
think
would
so.
do it for 100k?
I don't think
100
so.
bags?
100k is so much money,
Not in your
but
mouth or anything, like on your chest.
Bear in mind your
No
mum's,
one knows about
bear
it.
in mind your mum's watching this.
yeah, no.
100k is pushing it.
I will
but
literally clip
thing
this and
is-
send it to
yeah, I know you.
What could you do with 100k?
That's the thing,
so
isn't it?
much. I'm
Yeah.
saying, let's just say the studio is going to get a lot better. If we
It-
both do it for 100 bags.
Yeah. Oh,
You could pile that money together.
Yeah.
I know, but just the thought of it, and then like,
That-
it's not
that
like
is
this is.
something that would scar you.
It's not like a private
Just
event
close your
either.
eyes and don't breathe.
Shush. It's not a private event either though. Like that will get, like you said, the video gets posted to Twitter.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was one occurrence. I mean, there's a lot of. I'm not gonna say any particular names.
This
there's
happens a lot.
Oh, that's why it was going around. Like, I understand why people thought that I was because a lot of Instagram models, influencers, or like just low key people have done it for the bag.
You know, I have heard it on podcasts of people
Yeah.
doing it. So
What, admitting to doing it,
I don't think they admitted to
Not
do it.
admitting,
They've
but
heard of people
hinting.
doing
hinting.
it. Yeah.
So you know who's involved in
Oh,
this,
100%. Like,
but you're not going to drop any names.
absolutely not.
That is okay.
Can I ask then? Have you been asked?
No,
Okay.
not in my DMs. I've been asked to get pissed on.
Right.
Wait, not in your DMs. So someone's come up to you and just
Yeah,
gone, "Can
like
I piss?"
when I'm at a restaurant. Like in Dubai, what a lot of people don't understand, you're going to be having dinner and like there's a bunch of guys next to you. They can be from anywhere, not even Dubai. They could be from the UK, wherever. And the waiter will come up to you and be like, are you guys done? I'm like, yeah, can we get the bill? They're like, the guys that just left, they just paid for you.
Wow.
They just do that there.
I need to go to Dubai.
I
Or
need
they'll
to.
just walk up to you and be like, hi, you free this evening? Do you want to go for shisha? And they'll just offer you money.
And
They're just to have dinner
Yeah.
with you.
yeah, have you done that before?
No. I wish I did now though.
I mean, I guess you still have the opportunity to. I assume you're not like going
I
to stop going
mean-
anytime soon.
No, I might be going to Morocco tomorrow just because someone invited me.
Genuinely.
Yeah,
That sounds nice.
yeah, I don't know. But it is just pretty privilege.
This is the problem that we suffer with, I think.
Mm.
But I think if you got it, why not take it?
No,
yeah,
absolutely,
no,
yeah.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
So-
that-
I would definitely say like Dubai is a big opportunity for pretty girls.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you can genuinely get a job like set for life because someone just thinks, yeah, you're pretty. What can you do in the office? Something like that. Like, you'll see all these Instagram girls. Oh, they do real estate in Dubai.
Do they though?
You're one day in the office and then you're clubbing 5 days a week. So
It's not a bad lifestyle though, is
not
it?
bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Have you had any bad experiences in Dubai then?
No, it's such a welcoming and safe place. Like you can walk around anywhere, just feeling so secure, and you can leave your passport, your phone. It'll be returned to you. Like they go out the way. There's cameras everywhere.
Okay.
That's not what I was expecting, to be honest. Because obviously it's mega rich, so I just assumed that there'd be people that
Oh, they don't mess
so
around.
far below like the rich line, if you know what I mean, that they take advantage of other people with wealth. So like mugging, stuff like that. I thought that'd be
No,
commonplace.
absolutely not. They don't mess around there. You can't like do none of that.
Well, there was the girl from Love Island who was arrested on a layover flight.
Kaz.
Yes,
Yeah, for a
For-
picture.
for a
way
picture of
back when.
yeah
What was she doing?
the good stuff.
Oh, okay.
Girl Charlie.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Yeah.
But so yeah, they really don't,
They
mess about.
They don't
yeah.
mess around. Like even if they think you're doing something. So I had a little case. I was living in like a villa, a penthouse with some of my girls. We're just doing a little holiday, and someone had it out for her. She had these tanning injections.
Okay.
Like I
What
don't
does
know.
that? What does that? What is
Like-
that?
It's just I really don't know because
Yeah.
I don't tan or anything.
Mm.
But she had tanning injections that she brought with her. Like from the UK I bought like vapes over, whatever. That's not a big deal. But she had like injections, like needles. And someone had it out for her and they were like, she's doing drugs. So they came into our villa, CID, and like ransacked our place, went through our phones, took her, and we had to get drug tested there and then. They took her out and went to the police station.
Is she okay now?
Yeah, she's fine. She didn't have anything in her system,
Yeah.
but it was just needles, and they were like, "Yeah, you're going." And it was like in front of this massive hotel, and everyone was like,
Ooh.
"What's going on?" And we were just like, "Oh my god!" We were hungover. I was just like, I was stressed, and they were
I can imagine.
They were searching up in our phones like sugar daddies, money, like oh my god. I was just like searching up OnlyFans because you're not allowed to like post like.
You're not allowed to do
content out
OnlyFans
there.
in.
Yes, it's
Wow.
against the law. So they were just seeing like what we were doing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Was that the police that raided then?
CID? Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Just for people that don't know what is that.
What is that?
it's basically the police
Just-
equivalent. Yeah, but
The ones with
way higher.
Bugattis and Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The police force have Bugattis and Lamborghinis.
Yeah. Do you not
It's
do
like
your
standard.
research in the icebreaker question? Sorry to interrupt this fantastic podcast, but we have an amazing offer for you guys. Firstly, thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, which is the world's largest online therapy service. To get started, you just need to answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom-picked for you. More scheduling flexibility and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/thebluepodcast, and I've also linked them below in the description. It also really help us out back on with the podcast.
I imagine there's not much like crime or anything like you were describing that actually goes on. So why not splash the money?
It's very, very controlled.
Yeah. Do you reckon it's a good salary as a police officer in Dubai?
I wouldn't know. I'd expect so. Pretty decent.
Because I suppose if you're living there and you want to be a police, there's got to be some incentive to be a police officer rather than just enjoying the wealth like everyone else, right?
Nice car, might help.
Okay, yeah. Driving a Bugatti around all day definitely sweetens the deal, I'd imagine. Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, I'm not too sure if all of them are Bugattis. Maybe
Yeah, no.
like the higher ups.
a few Lamborghinis. I've seen like Lamborghini Uruses, like just lots of really nice cars.
Yeah.
Have you not seen like videos of them doing? I saw a video of a street chase, and it was just these
Supercars.
supercars just flying down the street.
Just like something out of a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the car being chased was also a supercar.
Of course it was, yeah. No, I do remember when I was on this school trip when I was 14, I remember we had in this hotel, and obviously it was a nice hotel because all the hotels in Dubai are
Standard,
nice.
right?
Exactly, right? And I remember we had this apartment that was like overlooking like this main road, and we'd stay up till like 3 a.m. just watching these supercars go past.
Yeah.
Like if
It's like a movie.
yeah, if you don't get used to it, and you're looking at it and you're like if you spot a supercar in the UK just on the roads, it's like, oh my god,
Yeah,
let me
like
take
everyone's
some
taking
time to have a look.
pictures.
Yeah. But in Dubai we were just watching them go past like 14-year-olds. We couldn't believe what we were seeing.
Yeah,
Like it was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's not impressive to have a supercar in Dubai, but here it's like, what do you do?
Mm.
But in Dubai, it's like another Lambo, another Ferrari, like because people can rent them out for like £200 a day.
yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
that.
Wow. Do they just have like an abundance of supercars they can just
Genuinely, like they've got so many rental companies, and you can just rent it out.
mad. It surprises me though, because I'm surprised that more people that are really wealthy in Dubai don't come to like the UK or other countries where their wealth is the top like 0. Whatever percent. Whereas they go to Dubai and they're just a normal person there. Like I'd have thought more people with wealth would want to flaunt it rather than just like it being commonplace to have a supercar.
The weather here does suck though. So
Okay, there's that, but I mean,
Yeah, I'm like, I think the richest people don't show they have money.
yeah,
I think people who want to look rich are the ones trying to prove it to everyone.
no, I get that. Like you see the photos, like Elon Musk just in a t-shirt and shorts. And it's like that
exactly,
probably cost him a tenner.
exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, fair enough. Should we move on from Dubai? You've been to a lot of other places. You said might be going to Morocco tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Apart from obviously the Philippines, where is your favorite place to go? No,
The Philippines is my favorite.
but if you had to pick
Second
somewhere
favourite.
else.
Ooh, not Philippines, not Dubai.
Mm.
That's really hard. I'd say I've been to a good few festivals in Croatia.
Croatia. Okay.
Yeah, Hideout Festival, really good.
No,
Good
I've
vibe.
heard of some festivals in, especially kind of Eastern Europe, are fun.
You know, everyone's starting to head to Ayia Napa, mainly Spain. Everyone's doing girls and boy trips, but festivals out in Croatia, there's just one tiny island and it's a massive strip, and everyone's just having the best time. Like the island's really, literally created just for the festival.
When is it in the year?
Like July, August.
Yeah, probably over summer,
Yeah,
right?
makes
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds nice.
yeah, it's really good. I'd check it out if I were you.
I was gonna say, what's it? Well, it sounds.
What's it called?
Yeah, what's it called?
So there's one called Fresh Island Festival and Hideout.
Okay.
And Fresh Island's like R&B, pop, and then Hideout's like drum bass, deep house.
So I'll go to Hideout, you go to the other one.
Sounds
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, it sounds good, mate.
But
Actually.
it's like week after week. So you could stay 2 weeks, or you could stay one.
Okay, yeah,
Blue Podcast Boys trip to Croatia.
yeah. That it sounds expensive at the same time, though. To be honest, yeah.
Might have to-
It's not that bad.
No?
Really?
I reckon it's like £500.
Behave. That's it.
Yeah, like tickets, flight, and depending what accommodation you stay in.
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah.
I think I spent about £600.
means
Yeah. Okay. So that sounds a bit more appealing. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's actually sounds pretty.
Yeah, it
For
sounds
a
good.
week.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. That's like standard for a decent normal
Yeah.
holiday, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna look.
And you
into
know
that.
when you go into festivals, everyone's on the same vibe. Everyone's just there for a good time, good music, good energy.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't been to a festival in 8. I think the last festival I went to was Community back in like 2019.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
2019, yeah. Been ages.
Yeah, that was actually a bit mad. And I want to touch on because you attend like quite a few like film premieres, don't you?
Okay.
Yeah. And what like how do you even get involved in something like that? Like what where get my words out. Get my words out. Why do they contact you and go, "Oh, can you promote our film? Do you want to come to the premiere?"
Yeah.
How does that all happen?
So I've got a management, and they kind of just reach out. We've got like a WhatsApp group chat. They're like, "Hey, is anyone free for this Netflix premiere? Anyone want to go to this?" And everyone's like, "Yes." You know, who doesn't want to go to
Yeah,
the Netflix
of course,
premiere?
yeah.
That's like, maybe it depends how big the event is, but maybe a max of 1,000 people, and you're one of them going to this premiere with all these actors watching this movie, and it's like, let me take this opportunity.
Yeah.
I think they want influencers to just post that, you know, look at me, like, this movie's coming out, you guys should watch it as well because I
Yeah.
liked it. Look at all this behind the scenes.
Mm.
I don't know, I think they just want, people are starting to realize influencers do have a big impact, and you've seen on TikTok, like, if there's like Keith Lee, Mr. Beast, you know, really, really big
Yeah.
people. If they say, look, this restaurant's amazing, everyone's gonna go to it.
Yeah.
This film's so good, I'm gonna go to it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's like.
Yeah, if Mr. Beast said like a product or something, then
Yeah.
that product's going to just go.
Exactly.
Skyrocket.
Exactly.
So it's not really like you don't have like a massive interest in films necessarily. It's just they contact you and they're like, "Do you want to show up to this and take some photos and promote it a little bit?"
I mean, it's nothing like you guys have to post like hashtag this, hashtag that. It's like feel free to post it if you want, but like we want you just to enjoy it because someone could have a really good time. Be like, guys, I went to this premiere. It was so good. They had this. I really recommend the movie, and they could get like 1 million views.
Fair.
It's true, isn't
What,
it?
what was your favourite premiere to go to?
Oh, mine was. I've got two: Enola Holmes and The Menu.
I was gonna say I saw you went to The Menu because that was
The
a really
Menu.
good film.
It was
Good movie.
insane. They had like, after watching the movie and everything, they had these like desserts, but it looked like a. Have you guys watched a movie?
Mhm.
It looked like a burger,
Yeah.
Oh, from the end of the
Donut.
film, yeah.
and it was so good. They had like people come in. Really, really great event.
Yeah, that's a great movie as well. I watched it. It's weird because it's
Psychological.
psychological,
Yeah.
but also
Yeah.
there's funny parts in it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's a thriller, but it's still funny at the same
Yeah.
time. So
It is funny you talk about The Menu because I literally watched it a few days ago.
genuinely,
Yeah,
it's
genuinely
super,
watched it a
super
few days ago.
interesting. Like sometimes I always catch myself. I'm like, why am I here? I'm like, I film lip syncing videos. I'm on this red carpet and people taking pictures of me. So I just kind of like live in it and like take the moment in when I go home and I'm like, that just happened. That's not normal. There's like only 300 people here and I'm one
Yeah.
of them. And I'm just like, wow.
Have you had any kind of starstruck moments?
Always when people notice me.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just out shopping and someone's like, oh my God, are you TikTok? Are you doing alright? I'm like, yeah. I can get pictures. I'm like, low key go home and cry. Because I'm like, they actually know me.
That's nice.
Because sometimes when you have a certain amount of followers, you're like nearly like 1 million, like 800K is a lot of people. Do you know how many stadiums that
it's a
can
lot.
fill?
Yeah,
It's a lot.
And I'm like, I never think that I go out and I'm going to be approached. Whereas like some of my friends, they will always get approached because their community is so big and they've got like very tight-knit people. Whereas mine is like, I think people follow me just because a few viral videos. Then some people follow me for like mental health.
Yeah.
So when I meet these people and they're like, you really helped me out of a dark place, I go home and cry.
That's nice.
Yeah. I'm
that's
like,
lovely
"Oh."
to hear, though, isn't it? I can't even imagine going out and somebody going to you like, "You've changed my life."
Yeah, it's like one person, like back in the day, like 2019, like the peak of my social media thing, had a meet and greet in my hometown. And these girls were just telling me, like, we're getting bullied in school, you've really helped me out. Literally, I went to the toilets and I was just crying. I was like, oh my God, like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life because if I can help, like, girls going through it and growing up, then I'm good.
Yeah,
What
absolutely.
was the motivation to start being so mental health positive on social media?
Well, I've got a little sister. She's 14. So I was thinking, her friends follow me. And I was having a hard time at school. I didn't really have anyone to look up to. Like, I was following people, influencers, but they didn't really highlight mental health back in the day when I was like, this is 2015. So it was a big thing. Mental health is being spoken about more nowadays. And I thought, I want to be someone that people can look at and be like, it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's such a big thing for us as well. We've done kind of quite a few podcasts now. We've had India, obviously Nick last week. He's one of Tom's friends who's clinically depressed, and it's very good to put it out there, show that it is okay to feel
100%.
these things in your head. And the main thing is a lot of young people are being affected by it nowadays. The amount of numbers goes just going up and up, especially
Younger
with COVID.
generations are 100% suffering more with depression, anxiety than we were back then because there's more pressures nowadays. How social media affects younger generations is so important. They've got to live up to these standards that didn't exist when we were younger. Like,
Yeah.
we're all 22, 23.
I'm 22. Yeah.
20, but yeah. Same conversation. It's
Okay.
fine. You can
No,
include
we're
me.
in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So when we were in secondary school, we just started getting phones.
Yeah.
We just started, oh my God, Snapchat came out. But they're growing up
I
with
remember
it,
that.
They're not living out how we lived out. There's more pressures, like 13, 14-year-old kids are having to put on a face and like be on Instagram showing how their life is. We didn't have that. We had that like 15, 16.
Yeah.
And we were growing up into that technology.
Mm.
They were born into it. So it's a lot more pressure. And then they see all these influencers, their role models, and they're like, I want to look like this, I want to look like that. They're like 25 and you're like 13.
Mm.
When my little sister was telling me I want to start wearing makeup, I'm like, took her phone off her. It's like, stop watching this stuff.
How old is your sister?
She's 14.
14, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she's 14 years old. And I was like, she was telling me, oh yeah, like, my friends invited me out to the field to get drunk. I'm like, sorry, what?
To be fair, though, I mean,
14. I was getting drunk.
No,
yeah,
mean,
I know what you mean.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, but like,
Sorry, mum.
I mean, like doing drugs.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Like,
Okay.
just
Slightly
mass-
different, yeah.
Obviously, they all got their phones out, and I'm like, digital footprint.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want my sister involved in any of that stuff. Like, I'm like kind of third parenting her.
Yeah.
Because I know what I did.
Yes.
I know what kids are doing
yeah,
now.
yeah.
And like, it's really scary because there's so many different things that kids are being pressured into.
Mm.
I've got a friend and her sister is acting like 18 years old, but she's like 12.
Jesus.
And
Yeah.
it's like, they're not growing up and having a real childhood. They're just jumping into this, wanting to be older.
Mm.
I mean, I completely get it. When I was like 16, 17, I was like, can't wait to be an adult. Now I'm like, take me back to like science class.
Genuinely. What
Oh my
do
God,
you
yeah.
think? What do you think that young people can do as well, just to get themselves out of this sort of like rut of comparing themselves to these influencers, like you say?
Well, you know what? Comparison is the enemy of happiness. Someone's always going to be better. Someone's always going to be prettier. Someone's always going to be more successful. If you keep comparing yourself to others, you'll never, ever be happy. Because I genuinely think we are created uniquely in our own ways. So with comparison, like, say your Instagram Explore, it shows what you are viewing every day. If we compared each other's, whatever your interests are, mine are just quotes. I see my friends, it's like models. I'm like, you're constantly being reminded you're not this person.
Mm.
They have this, they have that. You need to change it. If you're not interested or it fuels your mind in a positive way, you need to press not interested.
Yeah.
Because that's that actually interests you. No, you just want that life and you're not inspired, you're jealous.
Mm. No, that's literally spot on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember even because my sister's his age. But I remember even when I was at school, and me and my sister were very close, so even though there was only a 2-year age gap, I could see the difference already, because even 2 years of having the phone 2 years earlier, having social media 2 years earlier, you can see the impacts. And I remember speaking to my mates even when I was 17, 18, and just, we already knew, everyone knew back then, that the younger generation was getting older faster.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's just continuing to happen. I remember kind of a family friend was like 9, 10. He had like an iPad, the newest iPhone, everything, and I was throwing a brick down a stairs at your age, seeing if it would break or not. And
I don't know if that's everyone your age, maybe just you.
It's like a phone that was literally
Okay.
a brick, and we'd be at school and we'd just chuck our phones down the stairs, see if they break, and they wouldn't. Whereas if you chucked an iPhone down the stairs
Oh
right
yeah,
now,
long day.
but yeah, it's changed so much, and it's great to have you on to talk about that, because obviously,
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
that's all right. And obviously, our only sponsor is BetterHelp, which we think for us is a very important sponsor.
It's very important because a lot of people, even if you have like 10, 20 friends, you can still feel alone. And I say this because I have a lot of influencer friends, and a lot of the time with influencing, you could have a brand deal 1 week and get nothing for a month.
Mm.
And you were literally just sat in bed, scrolling through TikTok, going to sleep, waking up, getting ready, film one TikTok, going to bed. And you could not be with anyone for a week. And that's completely normal. It shouldn't be, because you should be surrounded with your friends and having good times, having wholesome moments.
Yeah,
But with influencing, like, a lot of people don't understand, it can be very, very lonely.
yeah.
I want to ask, sorry, briefly, because I know you touched on the beginning how you wouldn't class yourself as an influencer because you don't know what you influence, but you obviously are, And we've seen that with like you going to premieres and stuff like that, and you've got a massive TikTok following, big Instagram following. But I wanted to know, and you kind of briefly touched on it, but what to you is it to be an influencer? Like, what does that word even mean? Because it's thrown about so much, but what actually is
Well,
one for you?
In the name, you're influencing something, whether you're a makeup artist, whether you're a comedian, whether you're just someone who sits in front of the camera. There's a young girl I know, same age as my sister. Her name's Amy Charlize. She's got a couple million on TikTok, and she puts her phone up in the morning. She's like, "Get ready with me to go to school." And in my mind, I know how many people she's helping just like start the morning, because I'll watch her and be like, "All right, she's got this, I got this." So she's influencing, you know, a better mindset for people and showing that this is my life. It's okay, like, not to be okay. I'm having a bad morning, but you just got to get on with it. Because none of us chose to be here. We're just all trying to get through life. And we all struggle from time to time. So you just got to be kind. And there's too much negativity in the world. So just try to bring in a positive energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take it back to the kind of you can say how you may have 10, 20 friends and still be lonely. There are cases where people will have loads of friends, like they'll have lots of followers, lots
100%.
of friends as well in their own personal life. But sometimes because people have lots of friends, it's them making up for things, and they can actually feel really lonely because they won't necessarily have kind of. You always have that trio, let's say, in your friendship group where it's you and 2 other people where you're really close with, and sometimes just people need to be wary of the fact that yes, someone may seem to be really happy with lots of people around them, but it can be very lonely as well.
100%. I think people who look the happiest are struggling the most because they're just trying to put on a brave face. Like a lot of my friends do influencing again, but I know when we're just off our phones, we have our cries. You know, it's really difficult when your life is out there. You always want to seem happy, but that's not the reality of things. We all go through hard times because you can't be good without being bad. So when you are bad, you need the right people to surround yourself in just to be able to talk about it, because there's an analogy. If, say you've got a bucket, you keep pouring water in it, if you don't talk about it, it's eventually going to overflow. So just be with people who love you when you're bad and when you're good.
Yeah, it's a good
It's a
message.
very good message to move. Should we move on to some funnier stuff to
So
end the podcast?
It's just like depression.
Well, I didn't want to chime in with the
Our shitty generation.
Yeah.
I didn't want to chime in with the mean comments section because I was like, we were talking about how it's like, you know, we've got to help each other and bring each other up. It's
I
like,
think this
okay,
is the
let's.
perfect time for that.
No, you know what? I will tell you something about mean comments and trolls.
Yeah.
All right. I live by this. When people, let me put this down. When people are trolling and delivering mean comments, they are so insecure with themselves and just projecting that energy onto others. When someone, like if I'm just making a lip sync video and someone says, "She's ugly," I'm like, I hope you heal. Because you're clearly going through something that is affecting you so bad, you need to project it onto others. Because I'm telling you right now, happy bitches don't hate, and hating bitches aren't happy. It's true. Pretty girls compliment pretty girls because they're so secure with themselves and they want to uplift each other.
I hadn't thought about it that way.
No, catchy message as well.
Because I've been in a rut where I feel so shit and I've gone in like a fake account and I'm like, why are you doing that? So it's just a pretty girl, like posing, dancing. I'm like, And I'm like, oh my God. I've gone back, delete my comment. I'm like, why am I doing that? Put my phone down. I'm like, I need to work on myself.
It's good of you to
That's nasty
say that.
behaviour.
Yeah. It's good of you to.
You have to be
to-
hurting to hate.
Yeah.
Because when have you felt happy and thought, yeah, I'm going to just comment nasty things?
Yeah, true. I mean, me and Tom speak about kind of hate comments quite a lot because me and him have always said I don't think I could ever do it personally.
Yeah, it's never really like the idea of taking the time out of your day to post something like mean that you don't even know that the person on the receiving end is going to see. Seems so strange. Like, how can you get so worked up about something that doesn't affect you?
Do you guys read all your comments?
Yeah.
Well, that's because we
Yeah,
have 17,000 comments. That's why.
No, I read every single comment.
Every
All my
single
friends
one?
do. Yeah, every single one.
Yeah. I just find it interesting going through, because the thing for me and Tom when we talk about we get negative comments on our TikToks is we generally just smile and go, thanks for the interaction.
Yeah, because you know what? Any engagement is engagement
Yeah.
in this day and age. Would you say you've ever been affected by a comment?
I don't think I have personally.
No,
You seem like you
no,
have.
no, because I've had a couple.
You took a little
Yeah, he
pause.
took a
yeah,
little bit of
but
time
not
there.
like negatively affected. Like it's a few have made me chuckle, and you get the same
Okay,
ones
cool.
over and over again, and you're like, okay, that is quite funny. And some of them, they'll be saying something so outrageously rude about one of the two of us, but they've said it in a really funny way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't have an example off the top of my head. I'm just trying to think. Most of it's centered around like we're boring, like
Yeah.
oh, not everyone needs a podcast, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But all that's like, okay, you're just saying that because like
No, think about it. They're just sitting in their bed, like scrolling through TikTok and stumbled upon you guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's honestly just jealousy because people who are happy with themselves don't take their time out to hate on others.
Mm.
And I
Yeah.
always say this to all my friends: if you don't read hate comments because they're just bored, they're genuinely just bored people
Yeah.
who've got nothing better to do with their lives that they need to go into someone else's and make a comment on it.
Yeah.
yeah.
It is nice when you get a nice comment as well.
True, but
It's
you're going
nice.
to focus on the bad.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna not do. That's so important not to do.
Yeah.
I
What?
think you just got to take it on the chin.
Mm.
I think the best people, like, choose not to be hated because there's a big difference between listening and hearing. You can listen to the hate and let it affect you, or you can hear it and let it go out the other ear.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I hope you're going to demonstrate that now because I've got three. I've got a couple lined up here.
Okay, go on.
So there was a video of you vaping on your
Okay.
TikTok, and somebody
You're being gagged
somebody
for one right
commented.
now.
Christ,
It's been a while.
it's been a long pod. Yeah, yeah. And so somebody commented popcorn lungs.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty funny. As I said before, your comments weren't that bad at all. Like it's
No.
mostly just people being like, "Oh yeah, it looks great," like that sort of thing, and tagging their mates and stuff. But I struggled to find bad comments. So we had popcorn lungs for the vaping one.
Do you know what that is?
I'm guessing it's to do
My
with.
mum sent it to me. She was like, "Stop vaping, you're gonna get popcorn lungs." She's
Yeah.
a nurse, and I'm like,
I've
Do
done
you
some
want
looking
to describe?
into it. So basically, it's basically when the alveoles, that's a weird word, but the alveoles in your lungs, they basically mutate over an extended period of time. But I'm talking like, I think it's 10 to 15 years
Hmm.
of pretty much one of those disposable vapes a day.
"Yeah."
A day, which
You
is
know-
a lot.
You know, I go through like a Lost Mary, like a 600 one a day.
A
It's
day?
really bad. It's really, really bad. And I don't get affected by it. My friend, like, they'll smoke 3 puffs and cough all night. Me, I've never been affected by them.
Yeah, I've seen some of my mates just splutter everywhere.
Yeah, I've never been affected. I think it's
Yeah.
because I started, like, a young age.
Fair enough.
Does it not make you nervous that in like 20 years' time it could have a real effect?
Well, you know what? I enjoyed.
Well, yeah,
I enjoyed. I had a good time.
yeah, fair.
That's fair enough. Okay. The final
I
one.
haven't finished explaining it. Thank you.
Go on,
So,
popcorn lungs.
so the alveoli kind of mutates, and they did a study, and they cut someone open, and basically it was just you know when popcorn's popped and it's like that.
Mhm.
It's literally the sacs in your lungs which take in the oxygen, just look like that, and you can't absorb the oxygen as well. So it
Okay.
doesn't kill you yet. I think.
I've been trying to get into vlogging, but I can't. I don't want to do the editing.
I can edit.
Is this a job interview or
Do you guys normally get questions asked?
What do you mean?
like do you want to ask us anything? So we
Yeah.
can go
Yeah,
for it.
go for
So
it.
something that's trending quite like right now. Are you Team Selena or Team Hailey?
I have no vested interest in it,
So
unfortunately.
you're wrong.
Oh.
Have you
I've
seen
heard,
it?
I've
like,
seen it.
popping
Yeah,
up?
I've seen it. Haley's a bit salty, I think.
She's a little copycat.
Yeah, that's my take.
So
on it.
Team Hailey or Team Selena?
Yeah,
Correct.
Which team are you?
Team
she just said
Selena.
correct.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Team Selena all the way. Hailey.
Which is
I'm
a Waverley
telling you.
Place in my childhood, man. Of course.
Miss Selena, she's on top.
Okay. No, it's a good question.
What are you guys talking
I was
about?
like, I have no idea what you guys. I've seen the beef, but I've not.
It's not on your For You page. You're on the wrong
It's not.
side.
No, it's not. I'm
He's on
just.
straight TikTok.
I don't know what that even means, but
To be fair, if you saw my Instagram for
Listen,
you
we'll
page,
compare each other's TikTok page later, and you're gonna be like, I don't know any of this.
oh, mine's just shredded men. I can't lie. What? I just get impressed. Let's move on.
there's a
Let's move
I mean,
on.
you go to the gym, so there's a far better way of you explaining the reasoning
Well, it's
behind that than just saying
motivation.
I get
Motivation.
impressed.
Motivation.
Motivational
Motivation.
gym men.
Yes, but without taking steroids because I don't want to do that. That would suck.
You want to stay natural?
In front of the camera, nice.
You're a bastard, you are.
Quick win to camera. Okay, final one. Are you my mum's belt because you hit different?
That's a good thing, right?
It's technically a pickup line. It's just
Yeah.
a really, really strange one. Thoughts?
You know what? I've heard it. You got anything different?
That was on your TikTok. That was a comment.
Oh,
on your
that was a
TikTok.
comment.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I've heard it.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, because
Oh
it was on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I get really strange pickup lines.
What's the strangest that comes to mind?
There's so many. I can't even think of it on my mind. I get the strangest pickup lines. That's one of them for sure. But yeah, I either get like loads of love or just strange guys trying to hit me up.
What's the weirdest kind of DM you've got?
Oh, this is only 2 days ago.
Okay.
This guy was just not weird. It was just like, oh, cute. And it's just like, you're pretty. Let me send you some money. Gave him my PayPal. He sent me $1,000.
What?
Yeah.
I might get a sex change at some point. That's that's mad.
And
$1,000.
Yeah, he just sends me like £100 a day.
Do you do anything in
No.
exchange?
I could show you the messages later.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah, he
that's
he
baffling.
keeps calling me a celebrity. So I don't know if that's his kink.
Must be.
He's like, you go to all these premieres, you're such a celebrity, you're the money queen, and I'm like, yeah,
So he's paying, and essentially you're just giving him a conversation back.
yeah. I'm just like messaging him, like I'm being sweet with him, like how's
Yeah.
your day going? He's like, oh good, but probably not as busy as yours, Miss Celebrity.
That's definitely something for him, isn't it? That
Yeah.
that does something for him.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I followed him back, and he was like, oh my god, a celebrity follows me. And I'm like, oh, no.
How old is this guy?
He's like our age. He's
Really?
like at
Okay.
uni, like.
Where's he pulling hundreds of where's he pulling the grand from?
Daddy's money.
Oh.
Okay,
He looks like a Tory.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah.
I'm curious to see these messages now. Someone our age. Okay,
And I think that's probably a good spot to wrap up the podcast then.
yeah, sounds
Yeah.
good.
On a Tory man sending you money. Sorry, Tory boy. He's probably only like 22, 23, 21. Anyway, thank you very much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having
It was a
me.
pleasure. If you guys did enjoy the podcast, please do check us out on all the socials, linked down below. Anything you want to say, Tom?
Thank you very much for the flowers.
Oh, yes.
No,
yes.
guys. You know what? Something I do want to highlight on that. I saw something, just one of them TikTok videos. It was like men only receive flowers when it's their funeral. I think
I've seen that, yeah.
I think it's very, very nice. My love language is acts of service and gift giving.
That's right.
It's very generous. Yeah.
So
thank you.
I think I'm going to end it on any girls watching this podcast, send your boys some flowers.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Cheers,
Yeah,
guys.
that's a good message. Cheers.